Well, hello. Okay, let's jump right into it. Because I fought myself on whether or not I was going to make this video. Since, I'm new to YouTube or whatever, but we're making it. We're doing a 2025 year in review. Child, I don't even know why, but, it was on my spirit real heavy. And I felt like the Lord was telling me, be honest, be transparent. You can help somebody else. Now, I don't know why he want me telling my little business like this, or at least that's what my spirit felt like. So I ain't gonna say God told me, but my spirit settled with making this video. I ain't made but one video and one in progress right now. But we're here, okay? Oh, couple housekeeping items. Let me tell you reasons you want to go and click off this video. You gonna say, oh, well, I don't care about life hard. Get off of here. Oh, I don't care about, hold on, let me keep on my 10, y'all. Okay, hold on, let me start a little time because I want to keep this going right. All right, let's see. Oh, cool, time going. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Reason you want to click off this video, you don't care about what happened in 2025 for nobody else but you. Just go away. You don't like nobody that cuss. Time to click off. You go to church with me and you didn't know that I cuss, but you like me as a person. Go on, click off of these. Because we cussing, we telling the truth, we being honest, even if it's a little embarrassing. And we bearing it all. So, it is December 31st. I am recording this. This will not be edited. This is not polished. It won't have nothing. I am uploading this raw because I need to get this done with like the next 35, 40 minutes. So, we got our stopwatch going. Let's go. And let me tell you, this year, 2025, it was a blur, it was a bitch, and it was a blessing. Let me tell you, it was a blur because it went by so fast. It was a bitch because it towed my ass up like I owe it money. And it was a blessing because I am still breathing. Baby, even if I am hanging on by a thread and on life support. We still here, okay? So, I will not go through all the things that happened this year. I know all the things that happened, but just to give you a couple highlights, some high points, whatever you want to call them. 2025 has told me a new ass, okay? Well, I really gonna say a-hole, but I try to control the cussing because I'm out the gate cussing, okay? But whatever, I told you if you ain't like it, leave. 2025 had to be a woman, right? She felt like a woman who said, oh, that's how you gonna do me? Hold on, let me show you something. I feel like that's what it was. Like, girl, what did I do to you? Like, what? So, coming out of 2024, had a few hiccups in 2024, but I put some things in place figuring that it was going to satisfy them or help, not put a band-aid on it, but help rectify them. That's the word I'm looking for. So we're like, yeah, man, 2025 finna be my year. You know how we do. At the beginning of the year, me and one of my bestie boos, we made these huge ass vision boards. Nice, by the way. We did the things like, yeah, this one's gonna happen this year, and that gonna happen this year, and this gonna happen, and life gonna be up, and it's stuck, and it look good, and it's up and it's stuck, all right. It up the blicky on my ass because what was this? Y'all. So let's see. How did 2025 start off? It started off pretty solid. I had a job. They were getting on my nerves because I was one of the only people that knew what I was doing. But, it was what it was. I had a job. I liked it. I was more than qualified for it. Can get the job done with my eyes closed. Per usual, I'm all in. Except for it was draining me. I would not lie, it was draining me. But of course, we got bills to pay. You can't just quit your job. You did that before, and man, that's how you end up this situation prior to 2025, prior to 2024. Hey, you had quit your job, COVID hit, life went to shits. Okay, so trying to play clean up. We getting back in the groove. Life looking yeah. Chill. So we had our job, we was minding our business, we were doing our things. It wasn't everything that I wanted to do, all that I know I can be or could do, but it was a job, right? Me and my friends started a podcast at the top of the year. It was going really well. We had some kinks and things to work out because naturally when you get two personalities together, you got a few kinks to work out, right? So whatever, that wasn't no big deal. That's my girl in the bag of pearls, known her forever. You know, ups, downs, round around, hiccups, whatever. We worked that thing on out, start to smooth sail. Now, in the midst of us starting our podcast, which I didn't want to call a podcast at first. I didn't want to call a podcast at first, girl, because everybody had podcasts and people, everybody got a podcast. We need to take them mics away. Shut up. Let people do what the hell they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So anyways, you know, we met a few people. Turned out to be some snakes. Turned out to be some fakes. But we met some really good people as well. Opportunities start to flow and come our way. And I'm like, damn. We getting opportunities right out the gate like this. This is shocking. Like, you know, it take people years to build up to stuff like this. Okay, cool. Was loving it, you know, but then it became a struggle trying to manage everything, which was work that was stressing me out. My health was not the best. Plus trying to do the podcast. We were two girls, 4 phones, trying to do everything ourselves, bootstrapping everything from watching analytics, designing pages, setting up, you know, camera crew, lights, behind the scenes, production. We were doing everything. So, you know, add that on top. Something fell by the wayside. And my health was one of the things that fell by the wayside. But, you know, it was always, I'm going to start Monday. 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 The Monday didn't show up. I go for a couple days, get, you know, meal prep for a few days, go to the gym for a couple days, and now fall right back off. But emotionally, I was drained. Mentally, I was drained. My nervous system was shattered because my job was just not doing it, right? So, we go on. We get halfway through the year. I hit a point where I find out that my contract company that I was working for was going to be losing the contract for the job that I had. And I'm like, whoa. And I found out because I was being nosy, not because they volunteered the information. Let's start there. Let me stick here for about 2 minutes. So, doing some digging, I had to go tell the higher-ups at the agency that I work for, like, yo, what's up? And so, if you watch my last video, or my one video I posted recently, you've heard some of this. But for the people who haven't, boom. I didn't tell y'all my name. My bad, I'm Nisha. 5 minutes in, baby, I just started talking. I'm Nisha for the newbies here. Stick around, stay around. We trying to see this thing through, okay? So, boom, back to what I was saying. I had to go let the higher-ups know. They're like, yo, anybody know what's going on? Because woo. Everybody, oh, don't worry about it, Nisha. It's going to work out. We want you. You know, the only reason why you're on permanent because we didn't have an in-house position. But, you know, we got to make some things work. We're going to keep you. We love you. You got it all. Everyone loves you. Woo-doo. A bunch of crock shit, okay? Bunch of crock shit. Now, I ain't saying they ain't like me. And I ain't saying that they didn't think I had everybody wrapped around my pinky because I knew what I was doing. But the BS they kept spewing about, we gonna make this work, it didn't happen. So, we keep going on. Again, we working in our space with our friend. We starting a business over here. So, we still got that going. Still trying to, you know, work out more kinks and pain points. You know, once we get one thing worked out, something else pop up, because that's the nature of the beast, right? When you start a business, you don't know everything up front. We're business savvy women. We do research, but there are going to be things when you're starting something new that pops up that you have to work out and figure out. Cool, ain't no big thing. It ain't chicken wine. You know what I'm saying? What's up? We got it. Well, we come around. So leading up to my birthday, just shy of a month before my birthday is my biological mother's birthday. And for those who don't know, my biological mother died when I was basically a baby. So I don't really know her. I don't have memories of her because I wasn't afforded that luxury. And so I've noticed the last few years as I get older, I want to know more about her, know things, and, you know, what was she like? What was her personality? So there's this longing in my heart for that thing. So right before my biological mother's birthday is my brother's anniversary of his deceased date. So you got April 23rd, my brother passed away quite a few years ago. Then a few days later is my biological mother's birthday. So that's 2 longings right there in my heart. I miss my brother. I miss my mama. Grief is weird like that. It never goes away, child. You just learn to cope and go on. Time does not heal all wounds. You just learn to, you know, pacify them, basically, in my mind. So then right after that, you got Mother's Day. So boom, there's another holiday to remind me Okay, I have this longing for my biological mother that I don't know. Now I have a holiday to remind me, and I'm seeing all the people do their things and with the woo, and I'm just like, damn, what was my mama like? Like, would we have gotten along? Would she be a good support system with all the things I'm experiencing? Life is changing, body is changing. As a woman, there's a lot of things I thought would have happened by now that hasn't happened. I wonder how did she cope with things, but my mother never saw the age of 30. My mother died when she was 27, 28. So I've made it well past my mother's expiration date. So, but just thinking of like, what was she thinking while she was still on earth? Like how life was going, I hear all the stories from family members saying she was the life of the party and they loved her and that she was just one of the best people. She was spicy, but everyone loved her. But I only get to know my mother and live her through other people's perceptions and perspective. So, you're dealing with that. And again, as a aging woman whose body is changing, it's like, well, dang, girl, what do I do, right? So, boom, you get my birthday. So, all those. So, my birthday is like 2 weeks after Mother's Day. So, then you get my birthday. Usually, my birthday, I'm hyped. Like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. My birthday's going to be lit. But, child, by the time my birthday get there, I don't be here for it. And I've noticed that's the recurring trend the last couple of years. So my birthday came. I didn't want to do much. Everybody was like, oh, what you doing? Child, I just went to dinner. That was enough for me. But it was a great time. The people who showed up. The ones who didn't, better luck next time. Okay, so now we get to June. We're in the peak of summer. And I got at the back of my mind, like this job situation, because it's like, damn, I've been without a job a couple years ago for almost 2 years without sufficient income. And then when I did get income, it wasn't sufficient. It still kept me in a hole. Okay, so dang, like what's going to happen? So I'm looking for jobs. I'm applying, but nothing is happening. Nothing is hidden. But I keep hearing them at the agency, oh, don't worry about it. I'm telling you, it's going to work. Okay, so we get through June, July, August. Okay, we're getting close to the wire. And I'm like, y'all, what's happening? By this time, I done gained some more weight, okay? I'm just like, my knees hurt, my head hurt, my back hurt, my arms hurt, my chin, double chin is out there. Like, it's a lot, right? But that was one of the things I could change, but I didn't have the mental fortitude to change it. I'm not going to lie to you. So we in August and I'm like, y'all, what is happening? Like, don't worry about it. I'm telling you. Okay. So in my mind, I already have finally gotten a date from my company that my contract is ending September 18th. And unless I'm picked up by the new company or they hire me as a direct hire, then, we kind of assed out. We get down to the wire. And again, if you want to know what happened with that fully, go watch my other video. Get down to the wire. It doesn't happen. Don't get hired with the new contract company. Lost my job, basically laid off because the contract company I was with, they didn't have anything for me to do that fit my skill set, my background in litigation. They lost their entire basically government services, so they had nothing for me, or anything that dealt with legal and litigation. They didn't have anything to fit that. So boom, that's gone. Well, you can imagine that sent me in a tailspin because it's like, oh my God. I got this new car to pay for. I got this. I got that. I got money bills. I got woo. I got expenses to try. I need to be trying to help out with a business with my friend. And child, spiral. And I didn't get a chance to spiral immediately because I had an event to go to. Same weekend I lost my job. The next day, I lost my job on a Thursday. That Friday I had to be at an event for the whole weekend. Weekend get over, I am in a pit. But I'm still trying to tell myself it's going to be okay. It's going to work out. I'm trying to utilize contacts, people that I know. Everybody tell you, oh, I got your back. I'm going to be there. I'm going to check on you. You need me. I'm going to support you. Anything you need, just let me know. Now, let me preface this by saying I'm not mad at anybody who said they would be there to support me nor assist that haven't. I'm not mad at them because life is happening for them too, pretty sure. Or maybe life isn't, but they're not obligated to do a goddamn thing for me. I understand that. But what I will say is it do suck, especially when you're so used to being the person that's giving and showing up for everybody, even when you don't have. But guess what? That is nobody's goddamn responsibility but yours to manage. Stop expecting you from other people, okay? Just because you go above and beyond Just because even when you don't have enough to give yourself, you still give to others, that is nobody's problem but yours. That is nobody's business but yours. You chose to do it, and that's for you to deal with, okay? Be clear. All right? So, month of September was really rough, but I still have my podcast. And so, interestingly enough, at the end of September, well, we were in the middle of September. So the end of September, we were doing an interview with this agency owner that owns, I think she owns like a marketing and influencer boutique. And so we were interviewing her, and she was like, you know what, when we get off this interview, I want to talk to you. And I was like, okay. Because my friend was already invited out to host a panel at the event and I had cheered my friend on and told us, please go, you need to do it. Because we knew going into this setup, sometimes people will want one of us and sometimes they will want both of us. And we always said that is okay. We would talk to each other, let each other know what's up. But that's okay. It is okay to get opportunities outside of the duo. Well, so end up the same event coordinator and organizer, she wanted me to also host a panel and participate as a book influencer and things like that. And it was only an opportunity that God could have gave me, because the lady didn't know me from a candy paint. She just knew me as my friend's partner and partner in crime. We did this together. We hosted a podcast and we were interviewing her. She knew nothing about me. So it was just an opportunity that only God could have orchestrated for it to fall into my lap like that. And it helped, right? So we had that at the top of August, and then mid-August we were invited to another event. And so we did that. So my mind was kind of preoccupied, but in the meantime, I'm still looking for jobs. And now we got unemployment going, but unemployment ain't worth dilly goddamn squat. But it's something, right? So I'm just thinking about all the things like, oh my God, we're headed back down this road. What are we going to do? God, like, what is this? God, my faith is shaking, it's wavering. This is embarrassing. Like, hello? Like, I am at this big age. God, I'm 37. It seems like nothing I thought would happen or how life was going to go should have went. It ain't do nothing I thought it would do, God. What is this? So we get through those things, and then I feel the depression hit. I feel the waves of depression hit. And so I had a company reach out to me, had a recruiter reach out to me and said, hey, so I found you and your skill set matches the role that we have. So this was the beginning of November. Yeah, beginning of November. So we're in a little funk. We're still applying for jobs at the end of October, but the beginning of November, I have a recruiter reach out. So I'm like, okay, I listened to what she say. In my mind, I'm like, man, maybe this is a scam, but turns out it wasn't. I go through everything, 3 rounds of interview, a panel interview, ASAP, loved me, wanted me ASAP as soon as I could, was hoping I wasn't entertaining any other offers, what yada, yada, yada. Get through everything. I'm offered the job, negotiating pay. Pay is phenomenal, way more than I've ever made. Like, oh yeah, I need this because we got bills to pay, right? Go through the process. I do my background check. Well, I did my fingerprint, my drug test, and we did my background check. So I'm like, dang, what's taking so long? What's the hold up? And I'm going to make another video on this about why I got, why they rescinded the offer. But they come back was like, hey, so unfortunately, we got to rescind the offer. They wait until like, it was the beginning of December. So I go through all of November because I'm on a high, like, yes. But I'm still applying for jobs now, be clear. I'm still applying. Top of December, I want to say like a week or two before Christmas, I get the notice that they're rescinding the offer. And I am crushed. I am blown away because like, what? Never did I think the things I'm setting up to rectify situations in 2024 is going to impact employment in 2025. And I fell deeper and deeper in the hole of depression. Like I was truly a functioning, I am. I've been functioning in high function depression. It's been a whole lot of tears. Hell, I had to cry before I filmed this because I didn't want to cry on camera. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. I had to cry before I made this because I was like, yeah, I ain't crying on camera. I can't do that. So It's been lots and lots of tears. It's been a lot of frustrations. It's been a lot of, God, why me? What is this? What did I do wrong? How can I fix it? Did I miss something? Did I miss that? Well, God, why would you let me do this if you knew it was gonna impact this? Or why would you let me get that if you knew this was coming? God, you know all, so why would you ever let me get to this point? Like, God, haven't I been through enough? When is enough, God? Like, I've been going through things since I literally hit this earth. Like, when does it stop? When does my win happen? When is the big thing going to happen? I ain't got an answer yet. I know you probably thought I had an answer. I don't have an answer. However, in sitting and talking to some friends I can count on one hand the ones that have been there and truly been supportive. And again, I'm not mad at nobody that I felt like would have been there that haven't, because people got their own stuff going on. Or sometimes people ain't got the capacity to carry your shit. I get it. I'm not mad at them. I'm just saying that when I look back on this moment, once I get through this moment, there's a few people I must take my hat off to that I have to do something special for. There's about 4 or 5 people I do something special for them, because if I can tell you nothing else, they've had my back. They've talked me off the ledge many days. They've wiped tears. They've listened to me scream, kick, cry. They've listened to the anxiety peak. They've just tried to be encouraging. And you know what I respect the most about a few of them is that anytime you're going through something, the first thing everybody say is, God won't put more on you than you can bear. Well, y'all never said that he would. However, this is heavy. It's feeling like I'm bearing it. It's feeling like it's more than I can bear. You know, we love to give people the cookie cutter answer. The answer that God got your back. I never once said God did not have my back. What I did say is I'm tired and I feel like I am constantly going through one thing after the next. I just want a break. So for those people, man, they know who they are. Thank y'all from the bottom of my heart, because I know there were days I probably wasn't the easiest person to deal with. I probably took my frustrations out. It was never my intention to do those things. And so I've apologized to them, of course, at any time, maybe I become explosive or something. I tell them, I'm sorry. So I've done my best to not be around people or talk to people when I'm in those modes, because I don't want to explode on somebody and it's not their fault, right? And this is me being very vulnerable and transparent. But the depression does get heavy. And so the one thing I have been doing, I have been consistent and dedicated to the gym. Even days where I wanted to ball up and just cry my eyes out, hide out from the world, under my covers, until everything stops. I've still consistently got up and went to work out. And I never understood when people would say, oh, working out is such a stress reliever. It gives you time to think, open up your mind for some clarity. I'd be like, that's crock shit. But it's also because all the times I was working out and trying to lose weight, I was trying to do it for the vanity of others seeing it, for the thoughts and opinions of others looking at me and saying, oh, she looks nice. She's getting her body right. She's getting her weight under control. Because, child, fat people get treated bad. You know what I'm saying? Now, this hasn't been about my weight. Why it has been nice knowing that my knees isn't hurting all the time, my back isn't hurting all the time. I'm not feeling like my sleep is. I ain't been sleeping because of the stress and depression, not because of my weight. There was one time I felt like my breathing was a little funky, like my asthma and bronchitis was bad because of the weight gain. What I can say is it has truly been my saving grace outside of Jesus himself. The only reason why I'm probably still sane is because I've had the ability to get up and step foot in the gym and hit my knees and pray and talk to the Lord. Those are probably the only 2 reasons why I'm still sane. Some days I don't feel like it though, but I can attest that is the only reason I am sane. I find myself so many days looking up at the sky like, God, when does it end? God, what did I do? Is it even my fault? Or is it just life happening? God, when you gonna help me? When you gonna answer me? When you gonna respond to me? You said the weapons will form, but they wouldn't prosper. God, they feeling like they're prospering right now. So, I said all that to say, 2025 has been a blur. She's been a bitch, but she's also been a blessing. I'm still breathing. I'm still alive. I don't know what's next. At the beginning of this, what you saw me, I was burning I wrote down every single negative thing that I thought I've said to myself this year, that I felt, that I thought, that I even imagined. All those things, I wrote them on paper, and I decided to burn them as this is what I'm releasing with 2025. When the clock strike midnight to go into January 1, and let's see, in a couple of hours, or no, in less than 2 hours, let's leave that where it was. 2025 is what it was. I don't even want to keep reliving it. I don't want to keep talking about it. I don't want to be even bringing it up to people, because I feel like we spend so much time a lot of times living in the past, constantly recounting traumas, constantly recounting things that happened, that broke us, that hurt us, that harmed us, that was not conducive to our health, that was not conducive to our mental capacity, that was not conducive to our physical being. Like, you're going to recount some stories because there are people who deserve your testimony. You're going to recount some instances of things happening because it's going to help somebody, but you don't have to live there. You don't have to stay there at every waking moment. And that's what I have been doing. I've been spending the last 12 or so weeks constantly reliving everything that has happened. And it's like, you can't move forward constantly living it. Now, be clear, I'm in the midst of it, so there are going to be some things and some lingering effects of it. But at this point, I'm making peace with, I may have to let a lot of things go. Whatever that looks like, I'm okay with it. My only prayer has been, God, if I got to let all this stuff go, even if it's embarrassing, even if it blows my ego to pieces, even if it's hurtful, even if it's shameful, meaning, well, dang, she was up here, now she here. I am okay with it. Just tell me what I do next. That is my only desire. I'm not doing a vision board. I haven't rolled out with this. I have no plans for 2026. My only plan for 2026 is that God order my steps. Show me the next step, because I've spent so much time looking at the end goals that I've never participated and stayed within the journey. I always want to know what's 17 steps up ahead. Only thing I want to know, God, what is the very next step? So if that means, I even said, God, do I got to move back home to Memphis? Now, do I want to? No. But if God says, yep, that's what you got to do for this next season, I am okay with it. Sometimes my biggest problem in my life has always been I wanted to control everything. And maybe this is about God showing me that I have control of nothing. Not even my emotions right now. I have control of nothing. So, we've been talking for 26 minutes. All right, let's wrap this up. Again, what I would encourage anyone to see this. Hopefully you see this tonight. Hopefully one person gets the chance to see this tonight, and it's the person that needs to see it. But even if you see it later, tomorrow, my desire or my wish for you would be is to release the control or the constraints that you have on your life because you think you know it all. Let me be the first one to tell you, we don't know it all. We don't know it all. We don't have it all figured out. I know you see other people and you may be looking at what everybody else got going on. Take your eyes off their paper, put it back on yours. And I think that's been one of my biggest problems too, is having my eyes on other people's paper, because I'm like, well, God, I thought I'd be married and have some kids by now. God, I'm about to be 38. Like, what's up? It don't even matter no more. The kid, the marriage. Baby, the only thing I want is my sanity, my peace, to afford to take care of myself, and to take 1 or 2 vacations a year and have good health. That's all I care about now. Everything else God added, great. He don't, okay. But if I can afford me, with my sanity intact, my nervous system finally regulated, couple vacations, I'm cool. I'm not telling you what to want, what to do, how to go about this, but that would be my suggestion, is to take your eyes off others' papers, put it back on your paper, allow God to be in control. It might get real rocky. It might get real shaky. You might be shaking like a stripper, okay? But sometimes, I know people say that's when beauty is made, when you lack control and you give it all to God. I ain't mastered it yet, so I ain't gonna sit here pretending. But, hey. And don't be mad at other people because they're not showing up for you how you thought they would. Don't be mad at other people because they don't have the capacity to listen to you or your story or how you're feeling. Don't be mad at them. Sometimes they aren't supposed to. Sometimes they might be selfish. Sometimes they might have a lot of shit going on too. Sometimes they simply think it's always something going on with you. Whatever the case may be, find you a trusted source that you can talk to, that you can truly vent to. That way you're not holding everything on your chest. That way you're not sitting in too much solitude and depression if you're struggling with that. But you have a trusted source who can at least hold your hand, even if they don't have any tools or anything to help you. The help is them even being there and allowing you space to take up space and to pour out whatever you're feeling. So, with that, 2025, girl, we cool. We cool. Just gonna do what you're gonna do. And yeah, so we've yapped long enough. Now, remember I told y'all, I'm not editing this. I am not. Let me show y'all so y'all know I ain't lying. This is what time it is. I'm not editing anything. I'm just going to chop off the beginning piece, put this together. I'm going to upload this to the tube, finish off my Prosecco. I got enough to do my midnight toast because I'm trying to hang in there to midnight. But hell, if I fall asleep tonight of all nights when I ain't been going to sleep to 3, 4, 5 in the morning for the last 6, 7, 8 weeks, I'm be upset because of all nights I want to go to sleep. So I'm going to do me a Happy New Year toast with the rest of my Prosecco I got in the fridge. I got me a little slice of cheesecake I'm about to go decorate with a little caramel and some pecans. I got me a candle because that is what I'm doing for the new year. I'm sitting 2025, girl. Goodbye. Adios, amigos. Deuces, bitch. Thank y'all for taking the time to watch this video. Whenever you see it, even if it's after the new year, just take a step back. Take a deep breath. Release all the things that are weighing you down as much as you can. I get it. It's not easy. It feels easy to tell you to do that. But from my heart to yours, it's going to work out. We don't know how. We don't know when. We don't know where. We don't know what all it's going to take. But it's going to work out. And until next time.